All right, what's up everyone? Derek here. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded to the channel, and honestly that's to lack of motivation and lack of topics I could come up with or content regarding mental health and skating. But recently some YouTubers, or skate YouTubers I guess, posted certain videos that got me an idea, and I decided, you know what, I might as well just set up a new board, which I gripped already this one, but I hadn't recorded it on accident, so we'll skip that process. But I am switching up size to 8.125, which means new truck sizes. And then I figured I changed the bearings too, since my bone Swiss were from like 2003 or 2004, something like that. And a friend recommended Bronson Ross, so I'm gonna give them a try. Anyways, I just want to remind everyone before we get started that these videos are not meant to be therapy, but a source of information and skill building. So if you are experiencing suicidal ideations or are having a mental health crisis, please reach out to a loved one or call 988 for 24/7 support. So yeah, why don't I get started with putting on the trucks, and then we'll move to, or I guess as I put on the trucks, I'll talk a little bit about the specific videos that I was mentioning earlier that got me thinking about doing this video and talking about it. Ultimately, what I want to talk about today is mortality salience. That's what I want to talk about. Which is basically becoming aware that at some point we are going to die. And the reason I bring that up is because a lot of the times when people experience this, they develop a fear of life. And so what that means, because obviously we become aware that we're humans and we can die. We don't want to die. We want to live forever. At least a lot of people do. And the videos that came up that made me think about this was actually one from Andy Schrock, who is the owner of Revive Skateboards, and which is the board I'm currently setting up. And funny enough, this is the board that I bought that won me the contest for a year supply of skateboards with them, which is a board every month. And the other video was from Hosman, not sure how to pronounce his name, but he was on he was just only on one video with Gift of Hater, which was YSL 2.0. And both of them, Andy Schrock and Cole, talk about some things that made me think about, like I said, the specific topic of mortality salience, or awareness of death, right? I'll start out with Andy's video. Andy talks in his video, which I will leave the link to both videos down below. But basically what happens is Andy in his video talks about how after he had a shoulder surgery, not sure what happened to his shoulder, if it was like a skate related injury or what, but the quality of his skating kind of dropped and he didn't feel as confident on his board. That's the word I was looking for. And because of that, a lot of tricks that he used to be able to do, he no longer can. Part of that is obviously for everyone to understand, and not just Andy, is as we get older, we at some point, our ability to do tricks and become athletic starts to decline, hence why pro athletes retire at a certain age. But because of that, if we are off our board, like Andy was after his surgery, the quality of our skating will drop and we become less confident. And this can lead to hesitation and fear when skating. Let's be honest, if you're not 100% committed to tricks, sometimes that leads to hesitation, which leads to your body being tense, and it leads to messing up the trick and getting injured. Anyways, how does this connect to mortality salience? Well, I think that after Andy had his shoulder surgery, that probably got him to realize my body doesn't recover as fast and it can get injured. And this is obviously just a theory and like my own speculations, but I think Andy kind of reflected on that situation and realized, like, if I get hurt again, I will be out for a while, and I don't know if I can be out for a while because I have a lot of things to do, like run a skateboard company, run a YouTube channel, take care of his family and things like that. And I'm guessing these were his thoughts. Obviously, I never talked to him about it or any of that, but because of that, it probably created some hesitation in his skating, which probably set him back. He himself even said that if he skates long enough for the day, he'll gain some of that confidence and he will be able to do some of the tricks that he feels maybe a little bit hesitant about, like a backlip and things like that. So yeah, if I were Andy, I definitely probably would see a therapist about all the stressors and things that he mentions in his video. But just know that if you go through something like him and of an older age, again, it'll be harder to recover and it makes you more aware that you can get injured and things can happen. Now let me talk a little bit about Cole's video and what happened. And I think this one maybe leans a little bit closer towards the whole mortality salience, because his injury seemed to be a lot more serious, where he was trying to trek on a rail and hurt his head, which led to him being out and afraid. Trauma, obviously. An injury of that nature is definitely something that will make you reflect on life. And he was pretty good at opening up about what happened in his video and talking about how he did reflect on it and he did realize I can't do this because I could get injured and that could take away my ability to walk or to take care of my own kids and so on and so on. And he realized I can focus my energy on other things besides skating, where there's not a lot of pressure to put myself in dangerous situations with certain tricks. Again, it's part of skating. We get hurt. And obviously no offense to Cole Hosman, if that's something that you want to avoid, then you can. You can stick to safer skating, maybe skating a light transition rather than jumping off like a 20 stair or a 15 stair like Jeff Cesare. Obviously what I'm trying to say with that is this situation, in both cases, maybe the shoulder surgery for Andy and the head injury for Cole, led to probably them reflecting on, life is short and they probably want to stay safe and be able to do things with their family or future families and things like that, which comes at the cost of skating being affected, because there's again the fear of getting injured, and that's what usually holds most people back in the world of skating, is the fear of getting injured, if we're honest. My takeaway, or what I would recommend you take away from the whole conversation on mortality salience, is recognizing that we want to live our life to the fullest, because here's the thing, no matter what, we can't avoid death. Death is a part of life. With that being said, I don't think we should be reckless. We want to understand what the limit to our skills are and not try to push ourselves way far beyond those skills, because if not, then we get injured. And then it can create that fear I was talking about, or that hyper awareness of our own mortality. Again, what we want to do is focus on living our life to the fullest and making the best of it, and trying to understand that at some point we are going to go. So why not do the things that we love, like skate, be with the people we love, and make the best, again, of it. Obviously, you can do things to prolong your life, right? So you can live longer, like exercising, eating healthy, and things like that. Since I'm pretty much done with that topic, I figured why not talk a little bit about some things I kind of hope to do in some coming videos, or maybe in the future for the channel. Obviously, I do want to keep the channel mostly focused on therapy topics and skating, but sometimes, like I said, I won't have like any topic off the top of my head. I'm sure I could come up with more ideas, but honestly, a big part of my day is I'm spending it with my kids, or I'm at work, and now I'm a lot closer to having a full caseload where I see like close to 32 people a week for therapy, and that takes up a lot of time and takes some energy. And I'm also running a program regarding dual diagnoses, which is for substance abuse and mental health. And the reason I bring it up is because I don't know how sporadic my videos are going to be. With all that being said, but like I was saying, I kind of hope and want to maybe try to record a street part for 2025. I don't know how possible it will be, and if I can do it. Not that I'm doubting myself. Maybe it'll be something different where I just do like a whole street part, only using tripods and my phone, and maybe I'll invest into like a GoPro or something like that. That way I get different angles. That's pretty much all I had to say and wanted to catch up on, I guess, since it's been that long. We'll see how I adjust. At some point I will move onto an 8.25 and see how that feels, if I have more real estate for my foot to move around and do things, because I don't have huge feet, but obviously the size shoe I have for the board size, I was skating in 8 before, I felt like the board was kind of small, but we'll see. So let's go out there and skate. All right, let's see if we can break in the new board. It probably needs tightening in the trucks, but I want to do a couple sessions before I do that, just so I don't mess up the bushings. Let's get some basic tricks in. Something that I didn't mention that's throwing me off is that the boards I used to skate were not just only 8 inches, but they were 14-inch wheelbase, and these are 14 and a quarter, besides being 8.125. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to